For our next panel, I have the pleasure to welcoming Graeme from Zattoo, our sponsor. And Graeme will be doing a presentation on the end-to-end TV as a service. Graeme, over to you.
Thank you, Shanna. And thanks to you and the Detaxis team for giving us the opportunity to talk with everyone this morning about the benefits of TV as a service. Good morning to you all. So, yeah, I'd like to spend the next 20 minutes with you talking about the benefits and advantages of going with a TV as a service partner, as opposed to the cost and complexity of building your own IP network, TV service on the network, and all the complexities and costs and time and effort it takes to get that right. So, and we can put that in the context of what Zattoo does as a TV as a service platform, and also take a look at what we have done in partnership with our first customer in the African continent, the Axian Group. So I'm going to take you through a few slides and hopefully make this an enjoyable session. So a little bit about Zattoo first. We started IP streaming in an OTT direct-to-consumer service in 2005 in Switzerland, and extended that over the years, the 15 years that we've been in the business of doing this, to Germany, and recently to Austria. So something a bit unique about Zattoo is that not only are we a TV as a service platform technology provider for operators, telcos and ISPs, but we also run our own direct consumer service in the 3 German-speaking markets of Europe. So we are, we have experience as an operator, as a service provider too, and have had a lot of learning and experience from that in building a successful TV platform for consumers. So we're now about 200 people. Just a bit over 200 people. We're mostly based in our headquarters in Zurich and in our main operations base in Berlin in Europe, in Germany. We are part of a large Swiss media company called the TX Group. And we have been doing this for 15 years now, over 15 years in IP streaming. Some of our customers here. So we have scale and really scaled, tested and stress tested TV platform. We are streaming hundreds of TV channels, all the TV programs within those. We are doing and sometimes we've had our platform go up to over 500,000 concurrent streams of, say, large sporting events. So we really are scaled up, and we have 35 operator tenants today on our platform. These include traditional telco internet service providers like Air in Ireland, through mobile and mobile-based or virtual mobile operators like 1&1 in Germany, and traditional pay TV operators like HD Plus and Sky in Switzerland. To my point in the beginning of the benefits of a TV as a service platform, and for an operator, a telco or ISP, like many of yourselves on the call this morning with us, rather than build something yourselves, many large operators around the world have spent very many millions of their currency building, maintaining, and developing a TV service for their customers. One of the greatest benefits of what Zattoo does is the opportunity for you to outsource this to a TV as a service provider who has been doing it and built up much of that experience, made many of the mistakes, done many of the fixes, and hosts it all together, manages and hosts it for you in terms of the whole technology stack. So looking across these components, this is what makes up a TV as a service today. So we do all the content that you would want to deliver to your customers. We then take that content, we ingest it into our head end. We do all the encoding and transcoding of the content into our various IP streams profiles. We host the whole middleware, all the business logic, the kinds of packages of content, tiers of content that you would want to deliver to your customers, both across live and on-demand content. We mirror those in our back end so that your permissions to your users are all synced up. This means that we are maintaining your marketing profiles, your product profiles towards your customers, which may include a base tier with certain amounts of channels or a certain amount of MPVR recording. And then there could be a middle tier and more premium tiers of content. And then we are linking into our operators network through peering connections, and usually with caching servers in our operators network to handle the traffic. Zattoo develops, builds all of our components of our managed and hosted service in-house, including all our front-end apps, which we very deliberately do to be in control of the front end that you want to deliver to your end users, both through hardware that you may have, set-top boxes, could be on a dongle, Chromecast or Amazon Fire TV-like devices, through the whole mobile applications. And so all of these are developed by Zattoo ourselves, so that we are maintaining the current version and previous versions of these software front ends. Just stopping on some of the reasons that our operator, telco, ISP customers have chosen to work with us. Like I say, we have the scale, we have the experience. The time to market to launch a TV service or develop an OTT, for example, service can be rather on the shorter side than on longer in-house built projects. So, for example, with our customer in Africa, we went from closing of commercials to starting the live service with with this customer in the kind of 6 to 8 months time scale. So this is a very quick way to go to market with a new and newer complementary TV service. We manage the complexity of the whole end-to-end TV as a service technology, and all of our tenant operators, all 35 and more of our tenant operators, are ultimately investing into the TV as a service platform itself. So driving our roadmap forward, allowing us to add new features and functionality into the platform that benefits all of our tenant partners. Although we have an end-to-end TV as a service managed and hosted, and it really is your TV service. So once you've decided on your content, you go and clear the rights to the content that you want to have on the platform. Once you've done that, the platform allows you to deliver to your customers the kind of service you want to deliver, and the kind of features and functionalities you want to have. So within that, there is a large choice of white label apps that will carry your branding, both for large screen and mobile devices. And mobile devices, we know, are particularly important in the African continent, with the growing penetration of smartphones, the importance of e-commerce on mobiles, and this we can touch on a little bit later when we talk about our first African deployment. And then all the features and functionalities that you would want to have in a next-gen, cutting-edge TV service, whether that's pause of content, restart, NPVR, network PVR recordings, and so forth. And then on the support side, then once you've got that service up and running, we have an entire web-based, real-time IPTV control center called Bridge that gives you the ability to monitor and control the overall TV service to your customer base, as well as on a per customer and per device basis. You can then use that as your first line support on monitoring your individual users' usage, what kind of service they're getting, what kind of maximum bandwidth they're getting, and on a device basis as well. Here is a look at all the front-end applications that we provide. And, excuse me, the front-end applications are both for mobile devices and the operator's hardware set-top boxes that our platform supports. Also on streaming devices and smart TVs. So it's a whole choice of apps that you can choose to deliver to your customers, specific to the needs of your marketplace, the kind of bandwidth, the kind of broadband your customers have, etc. White labeling. So this is a white label platform. It means that we are not dictating any kind of branding. This is not a Zattoo product. This is your TV service. And this is the kind of ways that you can adapt the branding, the look and feel of the product to your needs. So of course you can have your own brand, you can have your own themes, dark or light themes and color schemes in the UI, and so forth. So this would be an example, for example, of our Android TV look and feel. We partner on hardware. We do two things in our marketplaces. We have a partnership with one of the world's leading set-top box manufacturers, Skyworth, to offer a Google certified platform to our operator customers. So using Zattoo's operator tier launcher with the Skyworth box, and that would be some details of the box that we make available. This next gen 4K UHD Wi-Fi enabled box that we provide to our customers. And some of our customers are also even using Apple TV as their main set-top box. On the features and functionality, we very much are in a world of anywhere the user wants to see and consume content on any screen across multiple devices. And so both for linear and non-linear features, these are the kind of feature-rich universe that we work in. So supporting the whole expectations of a modern service, with catch-up, with cloud recordings, with casting from mobile devices to the big screen. This could be something which is quite could be quite an advantage to customers in the African countries, of course, in your countries, where their main consumption is on mobile, but they want to cast that to a smart TV, whether that's a Samsung or another Android TV brand. And then, as I've touched on, some of the customizations, another important part of a TV offer is in the ability to have content discovered, content discovery as we call it. So the ability to be able to search for content and get meaningful, appropriate results to the audience, to the device that's being used, to the time of day, those kind of personalized recommendations. All this is driven by our content discovery algorithms that are part of the TV as a service platform and included in the fees that we charge to our customers. We also support all the network or geo-locking restrictions. Again, something that could be important for you and your content partners to be sure that content is protected using our own DRM, native DRM on the apps, using geo-networking restrictions so that you're avoiding, as far as possible, avoiding misuse of the service. So just to move forward to our deployment in Africa and just spend a last minute with you on that, would be that we were very proud to launch with Axian Group last year. As many of you, I'm sure, are aware, this is a major telco particularly in the Indian Ocean area of Africa, and they were looking for a first-time TV service to launch into the African markets, within that kind of 6 to 8 month timeline. So we started this project in January, and we launched in Madagascar on the national holiday there in the summer of last year. And so there were quite some challenges to doing that, to peering with a customer in the African markets that we needed to overcome. There were things that we needed to do to streamline the platform for the needs of Axian to use mobiles as the main one of the main devices for consumption of the service, and to connect that to the e-commerce that they wanted to do on the apps to sign up to the service and upsell to higher packages of content. And so our project teams worked very closely together. We also introduced Axian to a content rights and strategy specialist that we know and have worked with before, which made it very easy for Axian to finalize their content, linear content and channels that they wanted to launch on the service, and close those carriage agreements. So syncing that up. And so far so good. I think both sides are pretty happy the way that the service is going, and we're looking forward to Axian launching the service in further countries like Togo, for example, very soon. So many thanks to our partner in Africa. I think we're going to end there. I hope this has given you some insight into the benefits of a TV as a service platform and TV as a service approach. Any further questions, or you want to talk to me about this, ask any questions and discuss your own requirements around TV, then I'm sure we can, I'm sure you'll find me on the platform, and these are my contact details. Thank you very much indeed for your attention. It's been a pleasure talking with you, and have a great rest of the day.